He just got it when you came in.
So Prisoner being played by Bezo here, as you mentioned. So, yeah, this team. So, Certus, again, we were even looking at it from the brackets, but I don't recognize any of these guys other than Certus.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay. Crush and Tyric has both been playing in the gold division. I've been playing against them when I was ringing for Mar. But they just changed team. This is a rather new team actually. The Team Searchers, or ASD if you want to call them that. Um, and yeah, people definitely know them. These guys play high team all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and some are less popular than others, to say the least.
Okay.
Shout out to Crush. All right, but yeah.
All right, but okay, wow. It just registered. I'm sitting here looking at Crush, as you mentioned him, and he's playing freaking
Yep.
Geomancer Suicide, by the way, which is
Yep.
awesome. I love
Yep.
this.
He loves it too. He plays it a lot.
Does he? Okay.
And it's, yeah. This is one of his best heroes. Geomancer and Lodestone are his really good heroes. Plays him all the time. It's really annoying. So yeah, but it's also really good against Moira and Scout. Like they won't kill that. They won't kill a Geomancer.
Oh yeah, Scout. So we really gotta let's kind of grasp here what's going on. So Midas is, by the way, gonna get picked off again. Yeah, they're running a tri-lane down here, and that's back-to-back times when they pressured him, and this time it comes through for a kill. So yeah, we got Geomancer, Tremble, Prisoner, Rhapsody, and Blitz here on the Legion side of Team ASD. Again, Geomancer Suicide's the fun one. Boxy's done it before a long time ago back in Hunter Season 3, I remember, and actually did well with it too, but we never saw, and I still will not get to this day why we do not see more Geomancer, considering how similar he is to a Magnus and how much we see that hero as the #1 picked hero. But that's another day for another story. Hellbringer does get taken out in the middle lane in the meantime, as I am rambling on here. So, did Blitz go down? Oh, yeah, Blitz got taken out, though.
Yeah.
So 1-for-1. But Scout in the hands of Squeery is also fun to see, and he has done this before and done it very well. So that's
against the Tremble.
Yep.
As well. Yep.
So looking at these lineups now, kind of absorbing it as we've jumped into this game, what stands out to you? What are you feeling about this game here?
Hellbringer mid. I lost to it yesterday. It's not very fun to play against. It's a farming Hellbringer, meaning he will get that Resto Stone a lot faster, making him a lot more of a nuisance. And let's see, we have Scout, Midas, Moira, Hellbringer, and Magnus. That's a team fighty kind of lineup, I would say, with a slight chance of pickoff.
Okay.
And on the other side, we have Certus playing Tremble. He's a very aggressive player. He never just sits and farms in the lane. When he has the option to move, he's going to go for it. So I expect a lot of rotations from Certus. Bezo in mid is on Prisoner. And then they have Rhapsody. They lack some initiation on the Legion side. Prisoner is not very good single initiation.
Yeah.
But let's see. I'd say they're waiting for Certus to get fat and just crush everything, while the other side, Scurry feels really comfortable with having Scout up against late game up against that Tremble. So I think, yeah, Hellborn feels they win late game. So it's probably going to be up to Legion to make movements and rotations in order for anything to happen.
Okay. Yeah, seeing the Scout once again, we've seen it now. I feel like a couple times, and it's been successful for them here. And that the disarm, it really is a strong ability. And up until go figure this new patch where Vindicator, of course, is getting a disarm, but it's the only hero that has a disarm, and I think it always has been an underrated ability. And you mentioned against Tremble, it seems like if there's a way to counter Tremble, of course, it's disarm. It makes him unable to attack. So. Very powerful, and of course, so kind of that anti-carry here, at the same time being a hard carry for him and his team. So yeah, so I would feel confident with the Hellborn team too, in terms of being very strong in the late game, if I was them. So Midas, he runs into trouble down here though. Again, he's trying to get away, but he just can't. As Prisoner even came in and put the shackles on him as well. So. Could not escape Magnus.
Oh.
The sidestep just enough. That was close, though. But early lead here for Legion side.
Yep. Okay. So Geomancer's level 5. That means his Earth's Grasp is going to deal a lot of damage. It's so annoying to play against. Look at that. Hellbringer takes 1/4 of his entire HP, and that costs Geomancer, what, 100? He can do that 4 times. That's enough for a kill. So, yeah, that's annoying to play against. Hellbringer mid.
They're going for a kill. Is he going to dig right here? There's Eurus Grasp. It's not even necessary for a dig. Just simply Prisoner hooks him and finishes him off in the background. So good patience there. As you mentioned, he is a very comfortable Geomancer player, so he trusts what damage is needed for the kill right there, apparently. So,
yep. It's also his only escape on Geomancers. You want to be careful of that. Just like Magnus, as you were pointing out earlier, they share a lot of similarities. Mm-hmm. This is basically high TMM. Like, I'm not trying to insult anyone, but this is what they play in high TMM. Searches and Besu and Crush, they queue like this, and Tyrek for that matter as well. They play these heroes all the time. I'm 100% not surprised in any of these heroes played. So they must really feel at home with these heroes. That's something strong.
Yeah.
Definitely can't underestimate that.
Hey, they won Gold Division here in a new team, at least for us. I don't know where they were Cycle 1. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they were Silver, actually, in Cycle
they were
1.
No. They were not a team. They formed prior to Cycle 2.
And they just got in Gold? Is that how it worked?
No.
They might have took a team.
They were on a team in Gold, some of them, and then they split up, and then this team gathered.
Gotcha. That makes sense then, yeah, so they just inherited a team more so.
Hellbringer
middle lane, Malphus comes out as he gets hooked in, though. You see Blitz running over, Hellbringer made a folly right here, but can they set up some turn kills at least? There he goes. Prisoner is getting low himself, and the bottle charges, oh my god! It's just enough until the fireball is thrown by Malphus right there, so at least STSD does get the revenge, as he calls out there. But Geomancer runs into Magnus, speaking of the two heroes here.
So much damage. That's half HP from one spell. It's hard to deal with. But yeah, looks like Scout is not really phased by it. That's mainly from Scurry going the mana tube before any life support, life regeneration. Geomancer's just gonna spam that Earth's Grasp on him, and he'll be pushed out of the lane. If you can get vision on Scout, of course.
Look at the top lane. He's in trouble. Silence comes out from Scout. Shards of Harkon. He has support coming in, though. This could be a turn here for the Legion side. There we go. The stun. The hook. It sets up perfectly, and Scout is definitely going to fall right here. The Earth's Grasp on Moira. Again, just look at the damage. Shackle comes out. It's just so much dot damage. And Moira falls when it's all said and done, so it was bait all along. It works out for them. Rhapsody does get picked off all the way at the bottom lane in the meantime. She's in an odd spot, actually. She's really far out, but team comes out on top, though, yet again here.
I mean, if that stopped them from TPing top to participate in the fight, then it was a good sacrifice from the Rhapsody.
Very, very
but
true.
I'm not sure if that was the thought behind being in that position. But let's give him credit. Why not?
Let's just go ahead and do that, yeah. I gotta say, Revolution is always they've been a fun team to watch and not afraid to try different things. As we see here once again, as that was a nice hook, and in comes the dust. Now can he get away? He actually silenced just before. But look at here, comes that was the lightning shackles used right there, and the prison break to pull him back in. The crystal field is gonna be dodged by Magnus, and they do secure the kill on a blitz, but a blitz for a carry Scout, they'll take that every day of the week here.
Yep.
So well played again. Yeah, the hook, that was pretty big from Bezo coming out. And actually, Magnus, he runs right into them. The shackle, of course, the anti-Magnus there, and he ends up going down.
You know what's weird? Prisoner's skilling his one-man ride over Shackled.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me, because Shackled reveals you as well. Like, I was like, Scout is going to die here, but then he just started running fast. And they have more action coming, actually.
Geomancer's not done just yet. He does have the support coming over from Rhapsody. In comes Malphus, though. Prisoner's here with a double damage. He hooked in one on Hellbringer, and it looks like he should be able to... No, he not enough damage, actually. Shackle does come out. He's trying to finish him off. And yes, he will finally in the end. Trying to deny himself in the neutral's not going to happen either. Rhapsody, she's definitely dead here as being a distraction, if anything. So her and Geomancer do fall, but another, well, it's a 2-for-1, I guess, as far as that fight plays out. Prisoner, he's fine.
Yeah, he's gonna be fine. But yeah, like, it's so good against Scout, it's so good against Magnus, it's so good against Midas. I mean, I get you want to hit hard, but that Shackled, it almost, like, lost him a kill on Scout. If it weren't for a Geomancer sacrifice, that Scout, like, probably wouldn't have gone down. So, yeah, a little bit questionable choice here from Bisu, but... Oh, Scout.
Yeah, Scout again in trouble. The dust again comes out there, and just so they making sure they have dust every time, of course. And obviously, Scout is very vulnerable to that.
Exactly, and Certus is moving around a lot as I predicted. And Scout has died 3 times in a row. Scurry cannot be happy with his current situation. He's not going to carry anything from here.
You know, I haven't made it a secret that Revolution has been a fun team to watch, and part of me was like, oh god, here they're in relegation again. And in fact, the last cycle relegation, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping that they would be back, and sure enough, they did. But watching these guys, this Team ASD team, they clearly are a fun team themselves. As you said, they maybe have that TMM mindset, not really a lot of tournament experience, especially together. But hey, if they end up following up, it's going to be fun to see how they perform and how it works for them. Meanwhile, top lane, they tried to jump Prisoner, and this is what's happening. Out comes the toilet from Moira. Try to at least stall it a little bit right there, but now Rhapsody, she can't get a staccato up though. But look at where they're pushing them back to. The tower up here this early on. It's only 12.5 minutes. It feels like it's so much later. It's only 12.5 minutes.
Yeah, this is definitely leading side. But yeah, you know, the easiest way to win a TMM game is to make sure that your opponents doesn't get to play the game. That's how you do it. You play super hyper aggressive. You make sure they get no plays, and they're gonna be really salty about their game, and then they're gonna CC. This is how you play a good game. This is my kind of game. They play so aggressive. They keep fighting. They keep making sure to pressure the other team. Like, you don't see, there's no one farming in a show lane. No one. They're pressuring. They're always in the enemy jungle or trying to set up kills. This is entertaining Han.
It absolutely is. And speaking of that, once again, Geomancer middle lane. Here comes another setup. Veiled Rot from Prisoner, so they got some chances right here. Going to be exposed. Now, what kind of player are we going to see? You see Magnus Shackle is taken. Look at Geomancer in the flank. He's setting up for a big jump right here. He's just waiting for the right time. He goes on to Hellbringer in the background. Crystalfield comes out. Malphus does come down. Prisoner still alive, though. And Geomancer going to basically solo Hellbringer in the background. No, maybe not enough damage, actually, as Prisoner does end up falling. But Scout and Magnus are dead. Moira does get caught by Boris right here, as now also Midas gets caught in the midst of it. And yes, he will be taken out. Oh, Rhapsody does end up falling off to the side. Geomancer, he has dig in 1 second, but really by himself with a TP now coming in. I guess he does have backup.
From Magnus. If Magnus stuns here, he's going to die. He's going to be very careful with that stun.
Yeah. He will be
patient. If he can't get away from Tremble, he's just toast. Oh, it was not worth it.
Oh, disjoint kinda, not really.
Deny Blitz.
Turn. Yeah, are they going to
deny him.
One more tick, and then deny him. There we go. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Or not. Or just let him die.
Certus. Alright, fair enough. Well, the intention was there.
Definitely were setting up for it, but yeah, I think he underestimated how long it would take to actually die, so. Oh, well. Not the end of the world. Geomancer, uh-oh. A little too comfortable there.
Precious deep here.
Oh, look at this. Prisoner coming in. He's helping to set up a turn. More Arcane Vortex. It's going to keep Geomancer alive, maybe dig out. Oh my gosh, he is going to take away the Arcane Vortex. No, he doesn't die in the end. Now Prisoner, he's being turned on. It's going to prove to be too much damage, so yeah, they just didn't have the numbers here. Maybe they do actually, as Certus all of a sudden is in.
No,
ASD, though, they need to get back. Or do they?
No, go back.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Certus just melted there.
That was just them running in one by one. That's not what you want to see. Crush initiating a bad fight for his team here. But a good, I mean, a good response from the Hellborn side, realizing that they have a fight that finally is going to go their way, and they just keep pressing the issue. So it's good to see. REVO is fighting back.
They are, but they have a lot of room to make up for sure. And the Rune Cleaver on Scout is going to be a start of that. He just finished the Sustainer here, so still a bit of ways to go, of course. But
Tremble is getting close to that shrunken head. 400 gold. Then he's going to be practically unkillable.
again, that's where having the disarm is still will be very valuable, and at least can go through that, of course, and kind of lock him down in a sense. But yeah, having the shrunken head at the same time obviously going to be big for Certus here on that Tremble. Portakey on Geomancer is coming along too, about 1350 gold saved up. Excellent item for him, not only just as an initiator, but of course synergizes with the dig so well.
Yep. Quicksand is really an undervalued ability. Slows your movement speed and your attack speed. It's super nasty to stand in quicksand. The Geomancer's W ability. Let's see. Certus is moving back into enemy territory. And he's didn't spot Scout there, I believe.
Oh yeah, he's vanished. Okay, I was gonna say I thought he saw him coming, but he's gonna run though. That's good for Certus at least, unless he goes up now. The creep wave.
Is that a shrunken head coming? Yeah, he's getting the shrunken. No.
Oh, he's dead.
All right, Certus he's walking into a trap here.
It's like everyone's basically up here. There we go. Silence comes out to start. He knows. Here come the TPs now. He's tanky, but just not enough.
Yeah. Not sure what he was roaming around up there for. His team were nowhere close. For once, Crush is actually farming bottom and farming that Polkey, of course. So Certus didn't quite get the memo of playing it passive until we got the Polkeys done.
Oh,
Prisoner and yeah.
I wonder what, going that one-man right, maxing it out after the one in Shackle, kind of made me wonder if he was going to maybe go for more of that battle build on Prisoner, which I've always personally been a fan of, wanted to see at least, but...
I think you might see this game.
Well, he's going to Shrunken next, though. Looks like he got a Mighty Blade.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Shrunken Head is going to be really good against Midas, Magnus, all these heroes that... Like, Midas can turn on you whether or not you have him shackled, so... Yeah, I can definitely see why Bishop would be going for that. Let's see, Blitz. Crush is really close to his Polkey at this point. Tremble got his shrunken head, so now we just need to see a bash on Tremble, and I think they're pretty much good to go here.
Yeah, this probably wants to farm a little bit more now. He was upwards of over 500 gold per minute at a point in this game, so he's definitely gotten down a little bit, but hey, 450 is still not bad to have either.
Definitely. I just realized something. These guys are having a bad time pushing in. They don't exactly have a push team. Tremble can do some work with Boris, but against a Hellbringer and a Magnus, that's going to be scary for them. So yeah, maybe the lineup here on REVO's side is just going to sit passively in the base and respond in kind to pushes, and then try to have Scout sneak around on the map farming. With the room clearer just finished.
He just got it. Yep. So being delivered here.
Yep.
And that's the beginning of a lot of farm to come. At least if you're Revolution, that's what you're hoping for. And Scout being enhanced here. So we'll see how the progression and how that continues. Again, he could definitely compete. It's just a matter of him keeping up with farm, because right now he's good 150 or so GPM less than the Tremble. But actually slowed down a little bit. I mean, we jumped into this game, it's just like it's been go, 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 but now we're pushing 20 minutes here, and for the last 4 or 5 minutes, it's been pretty slowed down.
Yeah. I wonder what the occasion is. I mean, I feel like maybe it was that one fight they lost, and they kind of they just decided that they didn't want to go for it anymore. Botar is going to be deniable.
Yeah, is it? Yeah, it is, but choosing not to, at least currently. In fact, Tremble suspects something. Yeah, look at this.
Oh my god, good catch.
Wow, I don't know how he knew, but he knew somehow.
Damn. That's just game sense right there.
Yeah.
Mid lane.
As the Scout, is he dusted, I'm guessing? No, he's not actually dusted.
They had a red ward.
Oh, okay, I was wondering.
Now he's dusted.
Now, yep, he's definitely is. In come the Lightning Shackles, and that's a dead Scout as a result. More illusion. could not save him in time.
Epic combo. Good setup from Crush. And Tyrick just getting there just in time. But yeah, I feel like Crush could have killed himself with the crystal field. But
Trumbull runs into Moira over here. Now comes the toilet.
He's not going to catch anything.
No. Wasted Shrunken. Well, he's going to do Ancients at least. Clear those out. Take them away.
Item progression is just so damn fast. It's like Scout is sitting on his first item and Tremble is getting closer to his third at this point. It's going to be a rough one.
It definitely is. And you see Midas here. I mean, he chose to Pexu choosing to go that Astrolabe here first. More of a team utility support item, but no portal key as a result of that or initiation here. So missing out on that from him. Definitely, and no portal key obviously on Magnus now. It's been it won't be for a little bit longer. So that's definitely a couple of big factors there. I mean, they just do not have catch right now on the Soulborn team.
Fighting. Oh, mid lane.
Catch. Speaking of it, Malphus comes out, but not the greatest placement. It only hit Geomancer, and Hellbringer dies. I think that was pure panic there. It felt like from STST.
Yeah. Oh, good catch from Certus.
The background, not enough though.
Yeah. Midas saving the day here. Oh, but Crush says no.
Yep, they will get the catch at the end. Secure the go. Blitz is charging in with that quick NF is running 602 movement speed. I love that.
It's so cool. I love that he's like just breaking the sound barrier.
Yeah.
Or the Han speed barrier, I should say.
Speed of sound. Yeah, I know. It's fun tools for sure, but right there, I mean, you see now we're going to be upwards of a 10,000 golden experience right now after the tower kills. There we go. So Revolution, again, knowing what is on the line here, definitely not expecting any sort of giving up by any means, but again, they are really in a tight spot. At least they will counter push top lane. I'm wondering what Scout's going to try to value here as a first item, because now he's in that spot, you know, not only being Scout a different kind of hero, but also is behind here early on.
He's going to need Shrunken. Like, he can't fight it from this point on. If he gets locked down once, he just dies. So I know that's rough for him, but he kind of needs that Shrunken head. I mean, as I was saying, this team is like the Legion side is not that great at just taking towers in a 5v5 fight. They are not very good at sieging base. They're really good at getting pickoffs. So that's what they're going to be playing on. They're going to be trying to close this game off by shutting down the opponent's side's farming ability by ganking them with boars and, you know, Geomancer, all that stuff. Right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Alright, Scout, dead Scout. How
Yep.
many deaths is that on him? I feel like he's died like 20 times. It's 6, but
Yeah.
still. It feels like even a lot more than that.
It's because it's like only Scout. He just dies all the time, alone. And yeah, that's I guess they could try to go for the token here, but still, they like as you can see, they're not really moving for a base push, which a normal team would do when they just killed the opponent carry. But they're not strong enough to push base. Tremble is kind of squishy for a melee carry.
Yeah.
And if he takes a Midas combination, he's gonna be in trouble. So right now they're just trying to like choke the other team out by taking the like domain over the map, and then I guess just slowly but steadily making sure that the other team doesn't really want to play this game anymore. Yeah.
I like what you brought up earlier about the shackles and being good against, you know, a scout because of the invis and detects through it and obviously slows him on top of that. And I wonder, because obviously we jumped into this game that's already started, how the draft played out. If that pickup even happened after the scout almost as a response, or if they picked up scout into it. I mean, because you really could say Prisoner is somewhat of a counter to a scout and invis in general.
Yep. I think Tremble was the first pick.
Yes.
Because he's just that strong. And then I think Midas was the response. And then I think they picked possibly Prisoner, because Prisoner is pretty good against Midas, locks down the escape.
So
then
you would think, okay.
They probably got Moira or Hellbringer. I'm not sure. Those two are still pretty high tier picks. So something like that. And then, yeah.
So probably picked up Scout into Prisoner is what you're saying.
Yeah, I think they picked Scout up after they They picked him into Prisoner and Tremble. So
Yeah.
they value his counter actions towards Tremble higher than Prisoner's counter
Yeah.
to Scout.
That's fair, yeah. No, that's because, again, he is actually really good against Tremble, as we're stressing, so I could definitely still see the logic there to go with him, but yeah, clearly it's not been a friendly game, and again, it's been a lot of aspects for sure, but oh, look at that choice to, oh, I guess, yeah, here he has a Brutalizer, I forgot he had it. Now he has a Nullifier Blade on top of it.
That's what I was missing. The game Scurry played Scout against the Tremble. I really wanted the Tremble to use that Nullifier Blade on himself whenever he got disarmed, but he just refused to. He just ran around, looked silly for.
It purges
I don't know,
disarm?
like, yeah, it does.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed that.
So, like, you can use that on yourself, and all of a sudden, Tremble is. Yeah, oh, behind. Searchers is going for everything here.
Oh, I thought he was going for Midas, but no, yeah, he changed his mind going for Magnus off to the side as he stuns away, but we're not done just yet. Tremble didn't shrunk in, he still has it. Not going to waste it, though.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Could have maybe
Well,
used
if
it for
he
a
had
kill.
gone for one target instead of, like, if he'd gone for the Midas, he would have probably. Alright, maybe actually Midas has the Void Talisman. I didn't see that before.
Yeah.
So he's also hard to kill.
That was well played right there from Geomancer. The heads up, but also maybe a little bit of mismanagement of the timing there because he was at the top lane pushing. A TP started coming in, but Scout was on top of him. He was just about ready to silence and open, but all of a sudden Geomancer just portal keyed away, seeing the TP coming in. So, yeah, again, the
Nice.
timing was just a little off there of the Hellborn side. So, well played again by Crush here on the Geomancer, going back towards the top lane now. Actually has Boris with him. They're searching. Does he
They
have
can kill the Scout here.
dust?
He doesn't have dust.
No.
He doesn't have dust. That
They
is
could
not gonna
follow
be a
the
kill.
trail.
Yeah, well, good luck with that. Yeah, if he carried dust, he could have gotten that kill with Boris.
Yeah. This is a fun skin, by the way. Okay, well, Geomancer not a hero we see at all, but it's all these funky colors.
The legs creeps me out, man. It's like it looks so weird. It looks so wrong.
It's just little waddles, yeah. It does look really funky. But anyways, the team is grouping up top now.
Yep.
Gonna push in here.
It's the last outer tower here going down. For the Hellborn.
Yep. And there we go. You see the Hellborn team obviously can't do much to defend it. Not comfortable for that yet. They're not sure what exactly. I mean, I guess the shrunken head on Scout will be a tool where they can maybe feel a little more comfortable fighting with, but I mean, they're going to have to fight here soon because they're going to be forced to do so.
Don't like that we are forcing the base fight without it. They could just as easily go conquer and get the token on Tremble and then do this. It doesn't make a difference. This is just risky plays.
Ooh.
Oh, dodge.
That's a lot of burst, but the Rhapsody hold stopped immediately. Down goes Tremble off the bat. As Prism Break comes out, but a big spread here from the Hellborn side. So Tremble, he's staying dead. Krista Field's out. Prisoner gets caught in the toilet right there, and he gets thrown out. It's a 3-for-0 so far, and it's very likely going to be a 4-for-0. You know, we just talked about this last series that we casted. Oh, Mystery Gang was overextending and making pushes that they shouldn't have been.
Yeah, it seems like a general trend here amongst the relegation matches that people are having a rough time, you know, figuring out when it's safe to go for the space push, because that's the second team that has been a little bit too greedy. No reason to really push this issue. They could easily have taken Kong with little to no resistance, and then they could have taken the base fight with a token on Tremble, so he can get back up with the Shrunken. Well, oh, look at that. No, never mind. I thought the trees just fell. I thought Tremble was porting in.
Revolution is still in Conqueror, though, now themselves, and that's going to be a token on Scout, who not only has the Shrunken now, but he's going to have now more of a damage item next, of course, you'd figure, as another fight could break out. So, I mean, sure, Tremble is still enormous here as far as his farm goes. 530 GPM. And he has massive items to go along with that. But as we keep talked about, I mean, the Scout, the Disarm especially, is a very, very powerful tool against him. And if they are able to compete in long enough into the late game, which after a fight like that they now set themselves up to,
Yeah.
this could be a victory for Revolution.
Chances.
So
I mean, it just feels like, I mean, they had a plan. They were like, all right, guys, we're going to bait Trimble. Rhapsody's going to port in an ulti behind him, and we're going to win the fight. But, you know, that doesn't work against the Hellbringer ulti.
yeah.
That's like, it just shuts everything down. Trimble died without even using Shrunken. This is the single, yeah. I would like to see them go for, they can't go for base push now. I mentioned already earlier, they have a weak team against base push. Oh, look at that. They're trying to...
Try to catch
So-
the top lane.
They need... Oh, no. They need to get pickoffs. That's... Oh, Crush is in trouble.
Oh, the Arcane Vortex missed. He put a Crystal Field out as well, just in case, I guess, that they jumped him, but...
I think he just did that to be safe. I think that was a full retreat mode, a Crystal Field, actually. But yeah. They need... What? They just said epic combo.
Yeah, I heard that too. That was weird. Well, that was
Is that
about-
Rhapsody?
Yeah, it is. What was I going to mention? Oh, yeah, something else that I noticed about that last fight, too, though, with bursting down Treble so fast was the ulti from Scout, the marksman shot.
Yep.
And that's a lot of damage potential. You know, the maximum health. You're looking at a 2,000-plus life Tremble now, so good damage off the bat from that.
Yeah, I mean, it deals a lot of damage, and it comes risk-free for Scout. He's sitting at like 2,000 range away and just shooting you in the face with that. It's a really nice tool to shoot down someone in particular. And this time it was Tremble who were locked down, so he couldn't activate his Shrunken. But yeah, what are we gonna see? So right now they're waiting for the token to be out. They realize they can't take a fight against the token. They want to fight against this team out on the map. And so they're like Legion side is probably going to be farming for a while, maybe until the next Conqueror, or unless Magnus makes a mistake here.
Yeah, he needs to be
Uh-oh.
careful. Good Tremble. He's gonna. What was Magnus thinking? Oh boy, he's not gonna get away from the okay stuns.
He is.
Rhapsody's not
probably
coming over. She was actually just farming over there.
Boy, he even has Polky and Rhapsody. That's a little silly.
Yeah.
That would have been a nice pickup, but yeah. Well, I was about to say that Boris could have made a difference, but he spawned it and had sent it top already. Mid lane Scout. He finished his Brutalizer on Scout, by the way.
That's a great pickup there. You see he's going to sit on top of Tremble. Go for the opening, actually.
Yeah,
Really getting
no
aggressive
first
right here. Mark's shot. Jeez, just see that damage from it. And it's so quick, too. Meanwhile, Hook, though, on a Scout coming out. He has a token, but there comes Malphus. One. There comes Malphus number 2, and Sertus is dead. He does have a buyback if a fight gets committed here. He could use
They
it,
should
but
buy
the
back
double
right now.
Malphus.
I think he should buy back and fight right now. The double Malphus is down. This is when you're having a good time. Scout may have the token, but the double Malphite is gonna like shut down every fight that you'll get in the future.
Yeah. Oh, the secondary tower is going to fall. Will they go into the base with this? It looks like it. At least try to force that buyback. Need to keep an eye on that, though. Geomancer's still pushing top in the meantime. At the tower,
yeah,
at the
he's gonna
base.
try to go for a split push.
Well, he's going to
He'll
get the
get the
tower
tower.
kill. And, oh no, he's going to start coming back now, though. Yeah, he's going to start TPing back, because here we go. Buyback on, it's there just right there. Prison break in, Magnus goes down. Scotty's still well alive, though. Putting the attacks on a prisoner. Out comes the Arcane Vortex. And now Blitz in the front lines. Geomancer now joining the party, though. Can he make a play right here? Crystal Field's coming out. It's going to be a good placement. And Hellbringer ends up getting hit by the Scout, though. He's still good for the time being. Disarms on a prisoner. We'll get the kill on him. Tremble trying to finish off everyone else, though. In fact, going for Midas. And Midas, that Void Talisman, keeping him alive. Barely, not for long, though. He does go down. Scout, in the meantime, he's on the run. He's going to go for the TP. And no, he is successful.
Wow.
Blitz couldn't
That was
blitzkrieg
so
in
close.
time.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. But like, Hellborn team needs to realize that their team is too Malphite winning the team fights for them. They should not hang around longer than that. They do have a Sheepstick and Midas, and that's great. but they can't allow themselves to take team fights like this. This is the fights that's gonna bring Legion back in the game. Um, this was a buyback on Certes, but they got a lot of momentum from that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, very worth a buyback. I mean, that's definitely one of those
Yep.
cases there. So that's a good hold there from Team ASD. Is the Geomancer continuing to push out the top lane? Wasn't Geomancer? I wasn't as didn't really bring it up earlier because at that time it really seemed like ASD was starting to roll over, but or look very good. But obviously things have changed a little bit. He did go the post haste after the portal key. So again, a very greedy build there as far as moving around the map, but I don't know if he's really been getting a whole lot of picks with it or setting stuff up. So,
I mean, no, I suppose not. I think Crush is going to be playing like Crush realizes that this is going to be a drawn-out game. So the post haste is simply just for being able to assist with ganks if someone goes on Surge's bottom, for instance, like right now, and it looks like he really likes it up here in the top lane, just sitting and pushing it out. He's been up here quite a while now. So yeah, I think the post haste comes down to him wanting to split push.
yeah.
So bot lane Scout is I was
Randomly
like,
dust. If they do that,
Yep.
they'll find him. Oh, he's
Open
going to
to the blitz.
open. Wow, very aggressive play from Scout right here. Moore coming in, does get the Arcade Vortex off at least, but Scout's being locked down off to the side. But here comes the one, here comes the two. Malphus to protect him out. He got canceled immediately because of that, and they lock down Certus yet again. He's dead. He buys back immediately. He wants to come back in. He's going to come back in one of these mounds most likely in the background. As they're chasing, Magnus stunts in and catches Geomancer. So he's dead. Certus, no, he's not using the mound. He is now. But I don't know if this is the best choice of really going at this. Okay, he saw the struck in, so maybe. There goes Hellbringer dead immediately off the bat. And Midas is also pretty low. He wants Scout, though. He wants the good target there. Going to go for him. And yes, Scout will get picked off. Magnus stunts in, but just too late. The transmute comes out. It's not enough, though. Midas, he's dropping. Has the Void Talisman at least. They're going for the turn on a Tremble still. He is getting low. And it might actually work right here. The Astral Appeal, it is going to work. Certus is dead again. He does not have any more buybacks. Prisoner is going to at least finish off Midas. A hat trick for him, but no more buybacks on Tremble. That is big for Revolution.
I feel like this is the second time we see Hellbringer just kind of shut. Oi, good attempt here from Besu.
Yeah.
That Hellbringer is kind of just dictating the pace of the game here. The double Malphus is just, yeah. They have to fight when it's down. They cannot take a fight against this team when double Malphus is up. As you see, Tremble keeps dying. Every time Malphus hits him, he just dies.
Yeah.
With the backup of the team, of course.
Yeah, it's.
So, yeah.
I mean, this is just. It's funny how both series have ended up, very similar. How the Gold Division team comes in and they win the first game, and obviously we didn't see the first game of this one, but in the NASD did win the first game, and now here we are in game two. We jumped into it, and they were looking good. They were in a great place. They were at a great start, similar to Mystery Gang in that game too. And before you know it, though, a couple of mistakes, some overextension, some push a little too much, the inexperience kicking in, and then they start throwing a little bit. And, similar story here. I don't think it's as radical, at least yet, but, man, having no buybacks on your Tremble now at this point in the game when Scout is still building up and has both of his, that's got to be a little worrisome here for our Legion side.
The way I see it, this game is entirely in Hellborn's hands. They need to throw it hard on the floor in order for Legion to get this. It seems like every fight they're going to be taking from now on is going to be secured by a Sheepstick and a double Hellbringer ulti. And then Scout is just going to grow fatter and fatter. And eventually Scout will be able to kill people just like solo. He probably even is at that point right now. Like he'll be able to kill Rhapsody, Geomancer, and Blitz if he catches them alone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we need to see some throwing going on here for the Hellborn team in order for Legion to get back. And Legion can push the issue, press the issue, rather, by trying to set up ganks. They can't take fights. That means you got to spread out and try to look for those single picks.
Yeah.
And force buybacks and rinse and repeat until eventually you have a fight where the numbers are in your favor.
For those that are just tuning in, I also see people bringing it up or asking constantly again. The earlier series, yeah, Rex was Reborn did win in the end, 2-1 over Mystery Gang, as we're kind of just clarifying and talking about there. So Rex is Reborn coming back to Diamond Division for Psycho number 3. On the other side of the spectrum, you have this other relegation matchup that we then jumped into. ASD up 1-0. We jumped early on in this game number 2. ASD in the lead here. Was looking good, but then some fight from Revolution, and before you know it, now we got a game where we're at here where this could easily be a forced game 3, and then who knows what could happen from there, of course. So welcome to the cast. If you are just tuning in, you're tuning in at a pretty good time, because definitely there's still plenty of match left here, and then maybe even more, obviously, depending on how this finishes. Now, Storm Spirit picked up by Geomancer in the meantime, so
that's what we needed to see in the Melican game in the first series as well. It's you need that Storm Spirit to save your hard carry when Hellbringer just releases the load on him. So yeah, hopefully Crush will be on top with this Storm Spirit. Mm-hmm. That could be the saving grace here for the Legion side.
Tremble, so of course having no buybacks, he's in that all-in mode now of just spend the gold anyways on whatever feels necessary. He does build a Firebrand here.
He's probably going to go for the Geometers.
The Geos,
He will also be able to purge off the disarm by popping Geos.
Good point, yeah. As you mentioned, that no Fireblade. Guess you can remove that as well. So yeah, we'll have a couple of ways to deal with it. Coming out here as top lane. Oh boy, this is a very, very close call for both sides here even. Scout opens. Oh, that's going to be the cue. They want to find him. They're going to find him right here. Here we go. They jump him. Do they have any kind of vision? He pops a Shrunken Head immediately. And he'll turn and run. Meanwhile, they catch Geomancer. And that's going to be a turn kill onto him. So
it's weak.
Yeah, he had the support.
The fact is, they like Crush was hesitating. They need to catch Scout before he pops the Shrunken Head so they can get that extra damage in. They didn't. The Prisoner was the first one to initiate on Scout, and he did so with a Shackle. And Scout was like, I'm just going to run away. So yeah, they need to initiate with a stun here. Some miscommunication going on, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Geomancer opened there, then maybe a different story, but that wasn't the case. And so they turn it on to him. And now they're thinking about doing Congo, it looks like. Yeah, you see, going to counter ward first. That's another benefit of Scout, of course. Not only does it silence, but it will be detect invis, obviously. He does a quick counter ward before going on a Congo. So the Legion team, I mean, they're aware it's happening, I'm sure, but they feel confident actually defending this now. They're in the vicinity. They're counter-warding themselves, but knowing that they could be seen as they're running over. And plus, it's a dark Congo pit here, so it's not easy.
Look at this. Boar's going to take the... No, okay. No denying of token here.
Nope. Ends up being a free kill. They just were not comfortable enough going in for that. And now Scout does have that token for the second time.
Prisoner Lucian's shaving up a good size of this melee rack. 500 damage so far.
Did do a good chunk, but finally going to be killed off by Scout right there and start regenning slowly. That's good there. You got, what did he just buy, by the way, on Scout? He had a lot of gold saved up. Do they not have a courier? Okay, there it is. What am I missing? He bought something. Is it the Firebrand? I thought he had that. I think he got Geometer's Bane. Okay, something's on the courier. Okay. Nope, just Homecoming Stone.
Maybe he's saving it for later. Like when his token is out. Could be a Wingbow or something.
Yeah, because he had over 3,000 gold, and now it's obviously a lot less, so I think he bought something.
I think he's just waiting for the token to be out, then he's going to assemble a Wingbow. That's going to be really good against Tremble. He's not going to have...
Prisoner. Look at that, Brutalizer proc. Here comes the ulti. It's going to be stopped, though. Gets pulled in. Legion team, though, they're not interested. I mean, they're just running.
That's just, yeah. They, like, Hellborn team can do whatever they please right now. Scout when Scout is in a place where he can just kill a prisoner, with no reaction from prisoner's team, yeah, that's when the going gets tough.
Well, Revolution.
Oh.
They're now going to push the issue right here. Again, the lockdown on Travel. This time the protected melody, it does come through, and it saves them big time right there, but it's not enough. He just got completely trapped in the midst of it. Okay, he actually does get out there. That's a Geometer's pain him, excuse me. Hellbringer thrown in the air with the Storm Spirit, but the eruption comes out. Tremble, he's still trying to live this whole time. He gets thrown in the air by the Storm Spirit, but it's not going to matter. He goes down. No more buybacks. You can guarantee Revolution is definitely very aware of that. Meanwhile, you got the token on Scout still. I think that could be the cue to go to a game number 3. I don't think they're going to be able to hold much more here, obviously. And
They're not going to take more Rexes because the auto towers are still up.
True.
But yeah, I mean, I'd say the game is pretty much out of their hands to win. That's where Swindle would be ceasing the game. That was his philosophy. When the game was out of your hands to win, you could CC it, but you know. I understand they did. I can understand that they don't. They want to play it out, trying to still get something out of this. But yeah, the Hellbringer ultis are down, and Hellborn moves back, and that is exactly how they should be playing with a Hellbringer. Sort of like a Keeper of the Forest. You don't want to fight without having the ulti up.
Yeah. I feel like the Hellbringer ultimate used to be a lot longer of a cooldown. At I think it was like a static, like 160 even at all levels.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure, right?
Now it's 120 seconds at level 3, so it's still 2 minutes, but that's not a whole lot. I mean, by the time they've kind of regen and bought new items and reset everything, I mean, he's going to have it. He's going to have not only the one, but Restoration Stone then is about 30 seconds behind that. So he's going to have both of those up by the time another fight breaks out. So you're really always going to have to deal with a double Malphus. That's clearly an issue.
Pretty much, and that's just really tough. They do have the Nullifier as well on Tremble if he wants to use that for Malphus, but you know, oh, there we go. This guy's going.
Yeah, it's so protective melody again, just in time, and actually the quick turn right there to Magnus. There comes the one Malphus though, prisoner. He might as well go in the ultimate. He actually chose not to. He ends up dying. Tremble in the meantime comes out, though. Hellbringer dropping very quick in the Void Talismans, though. They're doing work. And look at the disarms as well. You can tell Certus is like, I can't attack. Well, that's because of that disarm right there. GG, well played. They're going to a game number 3 here. Revolution and Team ASD. This is just unbelievable, man. Both series, the same storyline, really, of the gold team up 1-0, looking good in game 2, and then before you know it, the diamond teams that are here in the relegation matches come back and win it. So, well, we'll see if Revolution follows Rexars and stays in diamond once again here in game 3. So,
who knows? I mean, last relegation cycle, none of the diamond teams actually got down into gold, right?
No, it was both the same. Yeah, Sana and Revolution both stayed alive. So,
we'll see if they can pull off the same trend here.
That is the plan at least. So now I know it's late for these guys, so I'm sure they want to get started here ASAP. So we're going to go ahead and go on that short break here. But we will be back. Team ASD versus Revolution. Game number 3. Again, this is for Diamond Cycle 3. The winner will go to it for Cycle 3. The loser will go to Gold Division for Cycle number 3. Ladies